Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Rattler wants to throw it. Little short pass here to Hill. Into space at the 45. Pushing his way through. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. It's 3rd and 7. Now Rattler. And that is incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play action this time with Love. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Throwing. Love. Looking deep here for Dobbs. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's Love. That's taken in, Dontavian Wilkes. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they start some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They go with Jacobs. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. To throw now, here's Love. They'll roll him out right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. They stopped short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. Love, this is 3rd and goal, rolling to his right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jordan Love taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back. When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You get the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect, but boy, that was force against force.
Flushed out right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up the defensive touchdown.
Big strides. Look at him go. How about this? He's to the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 96 yards. And the Saints have regained the lead. Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive.
and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Working out of the gun. Love. This is caught. Touchdown. Tucker Kraft as the first half is winding down. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Rattler. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rattler. Little short pass here to Hill. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. To the air is Rattler. Gets this complete to Shaheed. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw again. They set up the screen to Miller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Rattler from the gun, 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And Rattler, he'll throw again. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara from 13 yards out. And the Saints have taken a fourth quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Love now. And this is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Love looking to throw it. Flush to his right.
Once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down. So he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Here we go, 1st and goal. Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Love looking to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Rattler wants to throw it. That's to a former Packer, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Valdez-Scantling. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter. Able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Quickly able to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's Love. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. Here's 2nd down. Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead.
Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here we go. Set. Jump. 17. Black clock. Hut.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Down. You. Yellow.
Now Rattler. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On play action, Rattler. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Rattler. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go ahead. Turbo 1, hard.
After the turnover, it's Tua. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From the gun, it's Tua. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Let's go now.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Got to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
On 4th down, here's Rattler.
Flushed out right. And they can't bring him down. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
40 yards.
And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point.
And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, get set. Out.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
All right, come on.
Tua going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Solo left Zion.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Let's go.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rattler. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Rattler. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
The point after, good by Groupie. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Tua. Throw out wide is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. it's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
10 cycles. Snap, red. Ready. Check.
To the air is Rattler.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of it.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go from the Superdome. Here's Williams on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Down. Ready.
On the ground, this is Kentrell Miller. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6.
Strike 60. Blue strike. Cut.
Here's Rattler. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. That is caught. And he will score. Cedric Wilson. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. Now, a deep shot for Allen. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Taking off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. It's a 1st down and a gain of 16. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allowed him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And that'll set up 4th down. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. They'll go. It's Swift. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark. But he is short. They've held him on 4th down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt. But at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you. And let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on. I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. They've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. Third down, 3 to go. Rattler now back to throw. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
1st and 10. Throwing now is Rattler. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against a perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. 2nd and a yard.
Let's go now. Ready?
Now the first carry of the game for Jamal Williams. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Looking to throw, Rattler. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Red cycle. Ready.
Throwing is Rattler. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. Look at the big guy rumble. And he's into the end zone. Jawan Johnson. Touchdown Saints. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. The kick is good. Saints move out on top, 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. This is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick-6 for touchdown. And they extend the... Now, from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. Off we go from Soldier Field. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
38. Let's go. Go red.
Shaheed in motion.
Red. Yellow. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw to get started. It's Rattler. Open man down the field. It's Olave. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
6, 7. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Now Rattler gonna throw. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
17.
To throw, it's Rattler. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Striker, 3-3. Here we go, set. Shoot, yellow. Ready?
They'll throw out of the gun.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the first down.
Down. Black shot. Hut.
He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. Williams going to throw on the first play. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Back to throw. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez Scantling. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion is Hill. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He runs with it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
Right. Here we go. Field flat. Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. So after one, the Saints out on top. We're back to Soldier Field after this. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That's going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
We had a chance to talk to the defensive coordinator the other day, and remember what he told us, Mike? He said, we know how talented this young rookie quarterback is. He can make all the throws. We've seen him do it in college. But it's a different animal now doing this in the NFL. We think we can make him force some bad throws and make some bad decisions. And so far here in the 1st half, that's exactly what they've done.
A run up the middle with Miller. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
38.
Here's Rattler. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of quarterbacks around the league that really struggle with this, Mike, but not this guy. A righty quarterback moving to his left. Your mechanics, your footwork, and your arm talent all have to align. And tell you what, he does it about as well as anybody around the league.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. On 2nd down, it's Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he's out of bounds bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. He's got it inside the 5. And he'll be taken down. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3. Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. That is caught. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1. Setting up 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That one taken in. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago.
Oftentimes, you can tell the decision about whether or not a team is going to go for it on 4th down based on what they do on 3rd down, and I think they knew they had an extra down in their back pocket. Try on 3rd and goal to go through the air, and even if you fail, you still got one more shot at it, and it results in a touchdown.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's going to be caught in the end zone. And they take the lead by 1. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, it's Williams. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's 1st and 10. Rattler now back to throw. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Clock, 10. Let's go. Cut.
Looking to throw. Rattler. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal.
Drill, 52. Come on, set. 52 blaster. Ready.
They'll run here with Kamara. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
So, final seconds of this 1st half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And for the 3rd time in this 1st half, he's been intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this 1st half. So we hit halftime with the visiting Saints in front. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10.
19 tight. Ready?
Here's Williams. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Throwing is Williams. That's complete to Moore on the right side. A good spot here, second and a yard.
Here we go. Go.
They will run it over center with Swift. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. Here's Williams now to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Got it? 43 rail. Blaster. 6. Here we go. Red. Cycle. Set. Cut.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. This throw right side is caught by Hill. Into space. Inside the 10. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 81 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints will extend this third quarter lead. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. To throw, it's Williams. That is into the hands of Allen downfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Williams. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the...
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Red, yellow. Ready. Ready.
Throwing is Rattler. And as he threw it, the pass is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
17. Here we go. Set. Cut.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Kamara. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the... Here now, 3rd and 5.
Striker. 3-3. Down.
Throwing now is Rattler. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
The Saints will punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. And he goes up top, looking for Komet. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Saints have got it. Wow, you think you have moved it down the field with a terrific pass and catch. But got to finish the play. And on the turnover, the defense takes over.
You work so hard, Mike, to execute the play the way it's designed, and you come up with a huge explosive play in the pass game, only to then lose it because of poor ball security. And that's exactly what we saw here. Give credit to the defense forcing that ball out, but it's a shame that it came at the end of what was a big offensive play.
Now Rattler gonna throw. That's gonna be pulled in by Kamara. And they're gonna work this down inside the 45.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, The ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
.22 needle. Set, cut. Ready, ready.
Here's Rattler. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one?
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
He won't gain a lot of traction there. Down only to the 24.
Okay, ready?
Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Set.
On the ground, it is Jamal Williams. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Set. You, yellow. Cut, cut.
To throw, it's Rattler. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.